Hey you guys, it's me, Adam Rashawn. I'm here with another video. So I just got back from in town from celebrating my birthday weekend. So I wanted to drop in and make a quick video for you guys. Though my videos are never quick, I just like to say that. This video, however, is being that it's July, so we have had a lot of nursing programs come out in May. Usually students now are just starting to take the NCLEX or have already passed the NCLEX, and if you're really ahead, you already started working if you just graduated from your nursing program in May. So I feel like this video is perfect timing. The title of this video is going to be messages to a new nurse. And these are little gems that I feel like nurses should know and hold on to at the beginning of their career, because you have a really long career ahead of you. And these are some things that I've learned over the last 12 years. Then these are the things that I want to offer up to the newer nurses. Being that the unit I work on now at the hospital, I know I'm young, but I am still a senior nurse, because I've been nursing probably more than, I've probably been nursing up in the probably, how am I trying to say this? I've been a nurse longer than most of the nurses working on the unit, because a lot of the nurses that are coming out of a nurse residency program, or new hire, or new grads and stuff like that. So, which is good, but there's not many experienced nurses on my unit. So I am more of a senior nurse. Now I'm not that hip to the hospital yet, but as far as nursing, I'm more of a senior nurse. So this is a messages to a new nurse. So my first little gem I would love to drop to one of the new nurses is, don't seek instant gratification. I have to make me a little list. You guys know my mind ain't worth anything. Don't seek instant gratification. In nursing, we want to make a difference. That is hopefully what everybody went into the field for, is to make a difference. But one of the downfalls of nursing is that a lot of people want to see instant results, instant gratification, and nursing just doesn't work like that all the time. You could be working with somebody for 12 hours and they be just as sick as they were when you leave as when they got there, and sometimes they're even sicker. So it's really hard to stay positive and upbeat if you don't feel like you're fighting a losing battle. So don't realize that nursing is not an instant gratification job. You're not going to always see results. Unfortunately, if healing the sick and making people better were that fast, we'd be million. I wish I could figure out a way to heal people fast and make them feel better fast, but it is a process. So don't feel like you haven't done anything if when you leave your 12-hour shift or 8-hour shift, your patient is still sick. Don't seek instant gratification. Do not seek instant gratification. And instead, what you should do is seek out small goals with that patient. This is something I've just started to do now at the hospital. Being that working only 3 days a week, and 9 times out of 10, if I do my 3-day stretch, I won't have my same patients next week, or I may not even have them that same day. So it's kind of like, get in there, do what you got to do, seek small goals. Have goals for yourself, for your patients in the beginning. This is one thing about the care plan that a lot of people like, oh, I don't use a care plan. I mean, not in the context we were using care plans in nursing school, but absolutely set goals for your patients. And it can be small goals. Patients have a bowel movement today. Lower a patient's blood pressure today. Get a patient to drink 8 ounces of water. It's the small things that you should seek in order to make your shift better, make you feel like you're making a difference. Number 2, wait before you start working a lot of overtime. I've addressed this already once in one video about overtime and how I feel about overtime. Wait to start working overtime. This is the quickest way to get you to burn out. I am telling you, wait to do overtime. As a new nurse, you need to work your scheduled time, and then you don't really need to do any extra. That's my opinion. Wait on overtime. And once you start to become a little bit, you're feeling good in your job, then absolutely start doing overtime. But as a new nurse, you should wait on overtime. In the overtime, they're always going to need help. They're always going to be offering you all these different bonuses and stuff. Wait on the overtime. Wait on overtime, new nurses. Number 3, ask questions. Ask questions. I don't care how stupid of a question. To this day, I have an issue with sodium and understanding what high sodium means and what low sodium means. Been nursing for every time I have a patient with a high sodium level or a low sodium level, I have to always go back and ask, like, hey, so what does it mean? Like, high sodium means what? You're dehydrated? To this day, I have to do that. I'm sorry. There's no stupid question. I just can't get it. Have always done it, can't get it. I just can't get the sodium thing. So ask questions. There is no stupid question. And I don't care if people look at you stupid. Who cares? It is what it is. You're in a learning environment. Nobody should be making you feel stupid if you're asking questions. But then also know where to find the answer. So if you keep finding yourself asking not the same question, but the same type of questions, find out, is there anywhere in your facility, as far as a protocol manual or anything like that, that you can seek to go and find the answers and not have to always ask somebody. Know where to find the answer. One thing I've learned working at the hospital, being that I'm in a new facility, there is a program on our desktops that pretty much can answer any question I have. So I know where to go to find the answer. So ask questions and also know where you can go to find answers to the questions that you are asking. Number 4, ensure proper training. So a lot of you guys will be in training pretty soon. You guys will be in orientation, and you'll start training at the hospital or the nursing home or the home health agency or the doctor's office. You'll start training pretty soon. And I cannot tell you how many, because this has happened to me. Cannot tell you how many times you come into a shift. You're at the end of the training process. You've probably been training for some months now, and you're at the end getting ready to get out on your own. And then you just so happen to walk into a shift and they're really short. So they'll come to you and they'll ask you, hey, do you think you can take your own section today? Never fails. See it all the time. Don't do it. Get as much training as you can. Because once you have taken that assignment, and you may or may not be able to handle it yet, and you want to be a team player, you want to be agreeable, you want to say yes, and you want to help your team out. But if it's not time for you to take your own assignment yet, or if you are not at the end of your training, don't do it. Ensure proper training, because this leads to burnout. Because you'll get overwhelmed, you will not really know. You'll know what you're doing, but you will be overwhelmed so fast because you have not been trained properly. Because you want to be agreeable, you want to do a good job. So when they come and ask you, hey, so and so, do you feel comfortable with taking your section? We'll help you. It's a trap. Not saying that they won't help you. It's just a trap. So no, take as long as you can. Say no to that. If they come to you, try to pull you off training early, say no to it. Get as much training as you can. Number 5, see patients as human beings. One thing I can tell you guys with working in the hospital for as long as I have witnessed so much human suffering that is almost overwhelming for me. And then also in nursing, you will become so overwhelmed sometimes that you will start looking at patients as tasks. Just let me get this med pass, or let me get this vital sign, or let me go start this IV. So you start doing things and not even thinking about the human being that's on the other side of the care you're giving. And sometimes I find myself doing that. Like the other day, I was kind of behind in my work and went into it. I had a patient who had been there all day long. I had her all day, and she was kind of closed off, didn't really say a lot to me. And I try to interact with my patients. I try to make them laugh, be funny. And she just wasn't taking any of the bait I had that day. So around like maybe 1 o'clock that afternoon, I went in to give her a pill, and she kind of started to open up to me. And I was just thinking about, like, she started to talk to me more. And I was just like, oh, I got so much other stuff I need to do. But I had to realize, like, no, she's opening up to me. Take this time and talk to her. Let her know that everything is going to be all right. She is a human being. She was dealing with a whole lot at the time. So realize that these are human beings on the other side of the care we're giving. These are not inanimate objects. They have feelings. They have emotions. They are in the hospital. So, and treat them as human beings. Also, try not to lose your zeal for nursing. I know this video is already 10 minutes and I said it was going to be short. I am so sorry. Don't lose your zeal for nursing. And when I say that, what I mean is when I say that is don't lose the reason why you became a nurse. Always remember it. I work with 2 nurses now, Olivia and Haley. And it is so refreshing to work with them. They have that zeal for nursing that everybody has at the beginning. They love it. They treat all of their patients as human beings. They go out of the way to make their patients feel special. And it's very refreshing to watch them because I remember at the beginning of my nursing career when I was like that. I'm still like that to this day, but I have to admit I have lost a little bit of that zeal for nursing just because everything that's happened and all of the programs I've been in, all the things that have happened, I've kind of lost a little bit of my zeal for nursing. But I still know why I became a nurse. But them is so fresh and so organic. I just love to watch them. Number 6, self-care. Take care of yourself. When you're off, if you need to go get your nails done, if you need to go buy you something, but do it. Self-care. You have got to take care of yourself. You are doing work that, like I said, I have witnessed some of the most horrendous human suffering working at this hospital that I wasn't used to working at the nursing home. You know, at the nursing home, everybody's old. You know, you kind of expect their health to kind of not be great, but working at the hospital when I'm seeing young people that are literally dying is really disturbing to me. So self-care, you know, go out of town, go on a trip, buy yourself something. Self-care, take care of yourself. And the very last thing that I'm gonna discuss with you guys is something that I think is probably the hardest thing that any nurse has to do. This is probably the hardest thing that nurses have to do. This is some advice I gave to my little sister. You know, my little sister, she became an LPN last year. And I told her one of the hardest things I have ever done as a nurse, and I feel like every nurse will ever do, was go into work and try to heal people when you are broken. That is some of the hard. I remember I've been going through some hard stuff, some really difficult situations in my own personal life, but then had to go into work and try to heal people when I'm holding myself together with tape and glue. That is some of the hardest stuff I've ever had to do. But you have to do it. You have got to put whatever you're dealing with on the back burner and deal with your patient. Deal with whatever they're dealing with at that time. You can't go in to work with your own agenda. Maybe that's the wrong word. You can't go into work and let your personal life affect the care that you're giving that day, which goes back to self-care. You know, if you don't feel like you can do it that day, tell your supervisor, I can't do it today. I'm dealing with a lot of stuff personally, so I just can't do it today. But that is some of the hardest stuff you'll ever have to do being a nurse, is going in and caring for people and trying to make them feel better when you're broken yourself. You know, I've had to do that several times, and that's some really hard stuff to do. So that's the end of my list, you guys. This video is 15 minutes long, of course. I am so sorry. Follow me on Instagram, everybody, at Adam Dashawn, ADAMDASHAWN. Subscribe, share, follow, all that other stuff. Sorry this video is so long. You guys have a great summer. Good luck to everybody who's going to be taking the NCLEX, and congratulations to everybody who has already passed the NCLEX. I love you guys. Bye-bye.